All right, we're recording. We're starting. All right, I remember this time. All right, so we'll go over the benefits of meditating. So it provides time for you to pray to God and be present, allows you to envision your goals, helps you create a life of flow, bypassing unnecessary obstacles. It kind of like goes straight to the subconscious, facilitates product positive thoughts and emotions, attracting your dream life. Sort of like the law of attraction and stuff like that, like being that person. And then reinforces the mindset of it's already done, bringing your goals closer. So this is the foundation of how to start your meditations, right? So I have three different things you can do. You can either visualize your goals, let go of outcomes or emotions, and then prime. This is what I want you to do in the morning, priming. So it's at the end, so
Right.
you have to wait a little bit. But when you start, you want to set the intention. So it's either visualizing, letting go, or priming. Relax your body and breathe deeply. I like taking at least 7 breaths of just in through my nose, out through my mouth, and then find a dark and quiet room. So in your room, and especially at 6 in the morning, the sun shouldn't be out. But if it is, just put like a blindfold or like a shirt over your face so it's just dark. And then sit with your feet on the floor and back straight if possible, and begin thinking about the chosen thing you started to focus on. So any of these. And what is this? All right, yeah. Why that matters is because since it relaxes your body, it turns off like your conscious brain. And so it just goes straight to your subconscious, in which your subconscious is tapped in with God and aligns you with your vision and truest purpose. I
And you
like
can
to,
change it.
you said what?
You can like if you can what's called be in your subconscious mind, it means you can change it you can program your brain basically.
Yeah,
That's what you
exactly. You can program your life literally. And also when you are in that like transic state where like it's just you and you're relaxed, like God gives you downloads. That's how I found out I wanted to start coaching because I was like, all right, what should I do? Asking questions is very key as well. I'm gonna add that in there. But let's start with visualization. So writing a vision. Now, let's say this is like who I am. So my name is David pt.1. I inspire young men around the world to become their best selves, right? That's just very basic. But when I go deep, I'll just show you real quick. Hopefully it loads quick enough. Um, Here we are. Short term. Let's go right here. Um, we'll do this. All right. $10,000 followers on socials. Wake up every day knowing that I'm abundant and free. When I create my content, I feel God speaking through me, helping people be guided to Him and being a light for Him. It kind of brings a lot of emotion. It brings a lot of like you can picture this. I could see myself recording, feeling like God's talking through me, you know? So adding that vision to help you visualize, it adds more emotions. And why we need emotions when visualizing or meditating is because your subconscious doesn't, like you said before, your subconscious doesn't know whether anything's good or bad. All it does is feel that emotion and they're like, okay, or it takes that picture and it's like, okay. So
Mhm.
having emotions attached to your having good emotions attached to your goals, that's how you're able to attract it better. And your subconscious is like, okay, good. This is it's pleasure, you know? So like I'll give you an example. Um Sometimes when you fall back on yourself and you watch movies and you like drink soda or whatever, you're subconsciously linking pleasure to that and pain to like actually doing your work, you know? So if you're able to flip that while you're meditating, adding pain to eating junk food and watching movies and etc., and adding pleasure to doing your work and feeling productive, then your mind will naturally move towards the pleasure.
Yeah,
Because
yeah, I see,
you
I
know what I
see.
mean?
So you
It's
need to
much
be a
more of a flow.
slave. You need to be a slave of the good thing than the bad thing,
Exactly.
basically.
Well, not
Okay.
even a slave, just more of like it's more of a flow. It's like it's pleasure. It's actually what you want to do. Same thing with like I know I had a really bad thing where like I like eating a lot of sweets like cookies, cakes, and all that, and I wanted to start eating more like protein and actual good food for myself. So I had to switch make cake and all that like painful to eat, saying like it's bad for me. It's never gonna help me get to my goals, and add like pleasure to actually eating good foods. And so it's like it was much more easier for me to eat good foods and not eat sweets because I knew sweets was taking me away from my goals. But you see how there's like pain attached to my sweets and pleasure attached to my, the actual stuff that's gonna help me get to my goals, right?
So you do that by meditating
Hmm.
and visualizing.
Meditating, visualizing it, and just even like consciously too, because like there are gonna be times where you have that cookie right in front of you, or that time where you can't watch the movie. Honestly, I'm not saying watching a movie is bad. If you want to watch a film, it's not bad. Just obviously doing it day after day. But there's gonna be time where you are gonna be tested, and you have to choose, like consciously choose, saying, no, this isn't aligned with who I am. Let me back away from it. And so yeah, must evoke strong and authentic emotions. Now, key practices. Review your vision and feel like it's already done before meditating. Reason why you want to feel like it's already done, because I remember I had this common thing when I was first starting my entrepreneurship journey. I was always saying like, yeah, I'm becoming an entrepreneur or my business is getting better. And instead of saying like I'm already there. One thing is like when you say you are getting there or it's happening, it's saying to the world, it's saying to God, it's saying to the universe, whatever you want to believe in, that it's not done yet. So it's going to keep showing you that you're not there yet. You're going to keep chasing and chasing. And also, when you say, let's say your goal is making like for instance like $7,000 a month, um, or whatever, you'll be able to operate from that frequency. You'll be able to operate from that reality. So you won't, whatever that $7,000 per month Alessandro will be doing, he will like that. That'll just be you right now. And so you'll feel confident. You'll feel like you have that money in the bank. You'll feel like you're able to do whatever you want to do. And like I
Mhm.
said, emotions is what brings everything closer to you. So that's why stepping into that, acting like it's already done, feeling like it's already done, it's key. That's what I'm doing right now as well. And then
Alright.
repetition, reinforce those. Do you have any questions? I don't want to go too fast.
No, 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 it's fine, it's fine. If I have a question, I'm gonna stop you and I'm gonna ask you.
All right, cool, cool. So repetition reinforces beliefs and strengthens clarity. Like again, just consciously repeating to yourself every morning, every night of who you are, your vision. It helps a lot. And it impresses more into your subconscious mind, which we all know about. Is like I like thinking about the subconscious mind as like your garden or like your plants, right? And everything you pick up is like seeds. So whatever when you're meditating and looking at your vision, you're manually placing seeds into your subconscious instead of like because like when you're going out throughout the world, especially when you're on social media, like you pick up so much seeds and you're just not even aware of it. So
Hmm.
becoming very, very tedious of what you pick up on social media is very key too. But we'll get in. I think I covered that in my other mastermind. Um,
Okay.
Repetition reinforces beliefs and strengthens clarity. I think I already said that. Embraces new ideas or downloads during meditations. We talked about that. And then yeah, reflection. So let's say you are going toward your goals and it's like let's for instance trading. Um and like there's a bunch of fog or like you just feel a lot of resistance towards it. And it's like everything's just so unclear or so unorganized. It could be because it's not actually what you want to do. Like when I remember when I tried doing drop shipping and I was trying to do SMMA, like I was like, man, this is how I'm gonna make my $10,000 a month. But I would always self-sabotage, right? I just didn't want to do it. I didn't believe in my service, so ultimately I could never make any progress. And so if you don't actually want to, for instance, do trading or do whatever other business model you actually want to do, and you're trying to visualize it, but it's just so foggy, bro. Like it's just you're like working against yourself. You're like you're fighting your like true self. So asking God what He wants you to do or what you actually truly want to do, how you actually feel authentically, that's how you ultimately find your purpose, which that's what I try helping people find.
Hmm.
But yeah, vision boards. This is what also helps you provoke more emotions and get you to just see more images, right? So I just threw up a car, an apartment complex. Obviously, it'll go towards you, whatever you want to put. But yeah,
Yeah.
use emotions to build up, use these pictures as to build up emotions and help build a better picture of what you actually want. And so whether it's a car, whether it's you can even put like 10,000 or 5,000 on there and just picture that saying that you're making that every single month. And so I know I said I want you to focus on your identity, right? So like focusing on how disciplined you are, what kind of person you are, like consistently, or how do you feel? Especially when I said like tapping into that $7,000 profit person, Alessandro, like
Yeah.
these byproducts, the car, the apartment, living in luxury, like that will give you that extra like push to want to go for it. Because yeah, I mean obviously being consistent, being disciplined, not scrolling your phone is great, but like also living in Mexico or whatever, or like, traveling over there is, beautiful too. So it kind of gives you more of like a spark, motivation, you could say. So I'm not saying primarily focus on that. Of course, focus on your identity, but the car, the apartment, the traveling, taking care of
I think you're
family.
right because people like work their whole life, but they don't have a plan or they don't have the right mindset. And if you don't have the right mindset, you're not gonna get much from life.
Exactly.
That's exactly. No, I'm trying to do that as well.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, exactly. That's right. Okay, cool. Yeah. And I just say the same thing. Oh yeah, I need to delete this. Same exact thing. Hold on.
You know, it's-
There you go. All right. Quick thing as well. Don't be afraid to shoot too high. Believe you can achieve anything you want, right? And so let's say you want to like deep down you kind of want to make more than 5K. You want to make whether it's nine, even like 15, right? Don't be afraid to shoot for that. Because of course when you make that 5K, you're still going to be happy. You're going to be like, hey, I'm still there. I'm still making progress. But it's like my coach always tells me this. It's like it's not that people uh aim too high and miss. It's the fact that people aim too low and hit. People can, for instance, there could be two different Alessandros. One that wants 15 and one that wants 5,000, right? The one that wants 5,000, he can hit his goal of, 5,000 and hit, and then there's the Alessandro who's going for 15 but hits 12. He's still making double the amount. I mean, sure
Oh,
you can say he missed, but he's still like,
yeah, he got like
um,
higher
yeah,
results.
exactly. But obviously, if 5,000 is enough for you, bro, don't take it as like
No,
I
no, no.
need to
But I'm
be
saying, I'm saying you're right because if you try your best to do more than you you like set your goals to, or maybe no, set your goals high. So even if you feel like somewhere where you're higher than what you previously wanted. So
exactly,
yeah,
exactly.
no, you're saying good thing.
All right. So if you have any more question on that, on the visualizing part, let me know. But if not, we'll get to the letting go.
Uh, I mean, I took some pictures because I didn't have time to take notes.
Oh yeah, you're fine, you're
So
fine.
you can go to let go to the things to
All
let
right,
go.
cool, 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 cool. All right. So letting go, right? There's like two. I mean, letting go is mainly just letting go of those bad emotions, right? So like like those old emotions of fear, especially like fear, exactly, fear, or like doubts, or like guilt, all of those lower frequency emotions. This is how you let them go, right? So remember how I told you like you want to believe that you have everything you want, or yeah, you have everything you desire. One thing though is because you want to step into that, saying that you're already done with it. It helps you, like I said, you align with yourself with that $7,000 profit month per month guy. But when you're saying you're desiring or wanting something, it signals lack. Like when you're telling the universe, you're telling God that you lack this. And so shifting it to being already done helps your mind and the universe align with abundance. It aligns with that frequency of abundance, of actually where you want to be at?
Yeah,
And so saying that you desire something, that's when it's like, I don't have it yet. And so you're going to keep working. You're going to keep picking at it, picking away. And like this is a key example. I remember I had a chance to like I had a chance to like make money. I'm going to say that. I had a chance to make money. But since I kept saying, "Oh, I am someone who's about to make money," or like I'm not there yet. That's what I kept saying. I'm desiring it. I want it. I want it. I turned it down. I like self-sabotage myself because in my mind, I'm not there yet. And so I kept like making that like there was always a gap between me and my goals because I just wanted it. I wasn't actually there yet. And shifting that to it's already done, I'm able to move much more freely and I'm just able to attract much better things towards me. And bro, like it was funny. I'll give you an example. The other day, literally yesterday. I was like, man, I do training for football. Like I coach people on that one on one. And since it snowed everywhere, I can't really train. So I'm like, dang, I can't make much money this week. But then last year, I helped someone shovel their driveway, and because all the snow, and they hit me up, and they gave me some quick cash for like 30 minutes of work, and I was like, it was just like it was just money coming towards me, and how I took that was like, man, I already am abundant, and money comes towards me. I kept saying that to myself, and out of nowhere, a year later, they texted me.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, so the mindset is very a crucial thing because you attract what you are, and if you are an abundant person, you attract abundance in your
Exactly.
life. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's why you can desire things, but once you realize you have the desire, that's when you let go of it and you're like, I'm already there. And you just look at it lovingly. You picture it as you already have it. You're grateful for it, etc. So move on. But so emotional release, right? So let's say like for instance, fear or guilt or whatever bad emotion you have, right? Face and accept them instead of running for them. What I like to do, because I'll give you an example, right? I had a girl back in like October, and a lot of like guys, you can say, they tend to run away from it. They tend to escape. They tend to just like not cry, or they just tend to just shut out everything, right? And what I did, I was like kind of contrary to that. I sat there and I like felt the emotions. I felt the sadness. I felt the guilt. But I was like me, I was crying, not gonna lie. But me able to like let all that go, I was able to feel peace and relief right after, right?
Yeah, because if you keep if you attach yourself to your feelings and like don't let them go, they're gonna manifest later in life. You're gonna be angry for no reason. So that's
Exactly.
why it's important to face them and to move forward. Yeah.
Exactly. And then working towards accepting and then just ultimately I switched my perspective on it. Instead of being like why, like just all sad about it. I was just more. It was a grateful thing. I was grateful for everything, and so it was because oh yeah, that's what it was saying right here. Choose to be grateful and look for the hidden gifts in each situation. There's always a hidden gift in everything you go through, and whether or not it's even like a bad thing, there's people always say this. So like all these bad things that happened to me, all these wrongs that I used to do, is what made me today. So all those great people you see, they just failed a million times more than people who are trying to get like that, you know?
Hmm.
So key insights, is very key, like you said. Emotions want to leave your body. Even suppressing them can cause physical issues and they tend to manifest as well, or they tend to even affect your mood throughout the whole day. And so, oh, also, actually, you have any questions with that? The emotions want to leave your body, suppressing is bad.
So no, just like you said, stay in the present and feel them. So
Exactly. Okay.
yeah.
And then also with those emotions, like especially like in a heartbreak or especially like anything that's bad that happening, allow that emotion to go through you, but don't judge it. Let's say like for instance, like someone cuts you off in traffic, right? And the initial reaction is like you're pissed off, you're mad. That emotion doesn't define who you are. It's just an emotion that went through your body. So instead of taking it as like, oh, I'm angry, you can just look at it as like anger is passing through me. Let me just let it go out or like just don't even like give into it. Don't give it that much energy because then again, it will just affect your state, you know?
Hmm. Yeah.
Especially, oh yeah, especially you're gonna get tested a lot when you're trying to stay in that loving and grateful state. Like you're gonna get tested by, people are gonna come up to you weirdly or whatever. Like some things are gonna happen that's gonna be like, why is that happening to me? And you just can't give into it. You gotta just remain who you really are.
Yeah, because bro, successful people, like they ignore like almost everything because not everything really matters,
Yeah.
and basically no, like you can't really like let everything affect you, like the news, the people, the busyness of the train.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
so you have to ignore a lot.
Now that's why I'm learning to like turn off my phone a lot more and just enjoy being with just by myself. But yeah.
Hmm.
Oh yeah. Right after that, like I said, right after you feel those emotions, the guilt, whatever, it leads to peace and clarity. Like God, oh, I don't know, every single time I always pray to him. I'm like, can you, relieve me from this emotion? And I go through it and then it's just peace and love all over. And it's just like, it's great. But a reflection, you want to ask yourself sometimes, because people have like really deep down like traumas or emotions, or especially like you said, your whole fear thing. I'm not gonna put it on here, but like
Yeah.
what happened before, being able to work through that and being like, that's not me anymore. It was just this helped me, or just change your perspective on it. It helps you align yourself with who you really want to be, and it helps you like leave that feeling, leave that fear, and so later on when other things happen, you won't be around so tense. You won't look around and be like, man, everyone's trying to hurt me or whatever.
Mm.
So going deep, that's what I do in meditation as well. I ask God, and I put this picture up because it's literally how it looks like. You just look so helpless, and God's right there. So if you have any questions with that, ask right now.
So you first, like when you wake up, you first pray and then meditate, or what do you do first?
Oh, I just use it like I do it in between. Like if I'm meditating and like it kind of goes blank, I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna start praying. And I just start praying about stuff. It don't have to be like a systemized thing. I just however I feel like it. I can start with it, I can end with it. It doesn't really matter.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, no more questions.
All right, cool, cool.
I'm trying to get screenshots so I can look back because right now, like I said, I
Yeah,
can't take
yeah.
notes.
You want to take a screenshot of this if you need it?
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. All right, cool. So priming, this is what I was telling you to do in the morning, right before you go to school, because I forgot to put it in here. But one thing that's really like I want you to keep like this is super, super key. Your state is how you create. Okay, so whatever state you're in, whether it's in a loving, positive state or in an anger and prideful state, is how you're going to create. It's how you're going to be able to move around in life. Like, anything. Like if you're the emotion inside you is going to tend to manifest, right? And so in the morning, when you're feeling all drowsy, when you're feeling like, oh, I don't want to go to school, your whole day is just going to be in that lower frequency. But if you're able to prime yourself, which I'll tell you what it is, it's pretty much just raising your state, you'll go throughout life just being more grateful, being more positive, and hopping into work much more efficiently, right? There's a common thing. A lot of people they do like someone could do 6 hours of like deep work, but be in a state of like desire and lack and like just pure anger, right? And the work they get done is just completely horrible because of that. They're in that lower state. But someone can work for 2 hours and be in that loving and abundant and free state, and the amount of work they get done is twice the amount of the other person, even though they worked half the time, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure you see this all the time, even like let's say you go to the gym and you're in that like bad mood. You're just like, man, I don't want to be here, or this thing sucks, yada, yada, yada. Yes, you can push through, but I'm sure there's been times where you like half-assed a rep or like, you messed up a set and you're just like, whatever, I'll just keep going. And then,
Yeah.
and then there's those days where you're like loving and you're like excited to go and etc. You hit that workout and you kill it. So it goes with anything in life, whether you go to school, whether you're doing your deep work, figuring out how to trade,
Then
etc.
also, like, let's say you're like in this state of loving and happiness and stuff. It's not about weakness because if someone comes up to you and like tries and starts something, you're gonna be more prepared because you're not like in a fearful state. You're not in like a angry
Exactly.
state. You're gonna be in in the moment, and you can like you can what's it called? Sorry, I don't know how to explain it, but you
You're
can.
good. You're good.
Yeah, you get me.
You,
Yeah.
you can just handle everything differently
Yeah, you
because
can handle it exactly. You can handle it
yeah,
differently.
yeah. And exactly that's what I'm saying too. It's like, and people like you don't understand, but people live lives such a weird differently. Like there could be a whole situation in front of us. Like in the book that I read, it was there's this homeless person on the side of the street, right? Someone who's always in that paradigm or like frequency of fear, they're gonna be scared of that homeless person. They're gonna be like, oh, I don't want to go near that person, right? Someone who's in that state of guilt, they're gonna be like, oh, I feel bad for this person. He shouldn't be living like that. Someone who's in a state of anger is going to be like, why is he there? He's
Yeah,
trash. It's the
yeah,
same. And then like someone who's in like a loving or courageous state, like say courageous, maybe even go up to them and talk to them, maybe even try helping them. Someone who's in a loving state will think of them lovingly, think of them as still a human being, you know? It's the same exact scenario, except there's like five different worlds we live in. So it goes out with anything, anything in life. Your state is how you create. Your state is how you see this world. And that's why I'm trying to get in that courageous state, more loving state. Because yes, there's so much bad stuff in this world, like, stabbings, shootings, and stuff like that. But if I just focus on all that, obviously I'll be in a sad and lower state. Or even I'll be scared to even walk around outside.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But if I'm in that loving, courageous state, even if that person looks shady, I'm not even gonna be scared of them. And understand, like they won't even mess with you because they don't feel like they need to. Or even God will just be protecting you because you have full faith.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
So
it's very like because bro, people don't understand like if you are in a higher frequency, you can deal with your problems in a different way. Like you can solve them way differently than being in a because when you are in a lower vibration, you see the problems so like they're much worse than they are like they are much worse than they actually are. So
yeah,
basically, if you are like in a higher vibration, you can like tackle them very easily because you don't like put more stress like by thinking about it. You just do it.
exactly, exactly. It's just all in that loving state. But I'm gonna send this like I said, prepare yourself in the day, prepare yourself in the beginning of the day to like raise your state, and then recommend this Tony Robbins video. I sent it in the Telegram because I've been meaning to send that, but it's a YouTube video, and this is what I'll have you like if you want, obviously.
Yeah, okay.
Watching this and just listening to it every single morning, just for a little bit until you get used to it, and that's how you raise your state. But oh yeah, we've pretty much went over everything.
Actually, I used to watch a video about like this about like how to get a higher frequency in the day.
Really?
Yeah, but wait, I'm gonna tell you the name of the guy.
All right, cool.
His name is Jack Hopkins.
Jack Hopkins.
Yeah.
I read it down.
So yeah, man. Thank you again for your time.
Yeah, bro, no problem. All right, and then there's one last. Oh yeah, final thoughts. So meditation is like a tool. It aligns you, and you can visualize and align with your goals. Let go of negative emotions and limiting beliefs, and prime yourself for success through the positive state of mind. And that's why I love meditating. Meditating, I do it at least an hour a day, 3 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes at night, and it gets me going. That's how I reprogram my subconscious mind, and it was just criticism about all that things. So, you have any questions, bro? This is all of it.
Hmm. I mean, like I said, I don't know if you know, but I used to like read some books about this stuff, so I'm trying like to learn new stuff that you like you know that I don't.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, I took pictures. I feel confident right now because I can look back on it.
All
So
right,
you
cool.
don't have to worry about that. Thank you again, man. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, man. And then yeah, so